What do you mean, you old lady?
Why, she done it before. She can do it again, my love.
Would you maybe? Some bag.
I
guess you're proud of your brother.
I sure am.
Boy, oh boy. Hey, what?
What is this? What do they want?
Let go of him!
They got your sister.
Let go of me!
I said let go of him!
Help! Help! Help!
What is it? What's wrong?
Help me!
Stop! Stop or I'll shoot! I said stop!
Mr. Davis,
Yes?
the head of the Secret Service is here.
Stafford? Send him in. I'll see him right away.
Good morning, Davis.
Mr. Stafford, this is an unexpected
Thank you.
pleasure.
Actually, I was hoping to speak to Kenton.
He flew down to Miami for the sword fishing and left me in charge.
I see.
Cigarette?
Thank you.
Something we can do for you?
It's about Joe Brand.
One of our police cases.
Yes, I know, but I'm afraid we're in on it now. This morning I got a call from the big chief telling me to get cracking.
We found it extremely perplexing. I have the report right here. The world's best athletes have been disappearing for the last 2 years. 2 marathon runners, 1 shot putter, 5 boxing champions, 2 decathlon, 5 long-distance cyclists. With Joe Brand, that makes a total of 16 athletes. What do you think's going on, Mr. Stafford?
Me? I only know one thing. That this looks like one of the toughest jobs I've ever had in my department. A lot of time has been wasted. Now that the Secret Service is responsible, this problem must be solved without further delay. I'm only quoting the chief, but he recommended one of your men, Super Argo.
Super Argo could be very helpful.
Would you lend him to my department if we decide to call on him?
He's available at the present time, if you want to talk to him.
I don't know. I'll tell you my trouble. I can't really put very much confidence in an agent who calls himself Super Argo and wears a mask and has that strange red costume.
In spite of his costume, he's a man of exceptional gifts. And that's not all. He's been training recently with a friend of his, an Indian mystic, to increase his psychic development. The results are remarkable.
I suppose he's been learning to levitate himself, right? Good for him.
No, this is serious. Just let me show you our files. That'll change your opinion of Super Argo. Janet, please get out the reports on Super Argo. Come on, you'll enjoy this.
Davis is here. Let him in.
Morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Superago is waiting for you.
Do you mean he was expecting our visit?
No, but naturally he felt your presence. This way, please.
Sorry to disturb you, Superago, but it's important. You've met Stafford, haven't you, head of the Secret Service?
I hope we haven't interrupted you in the middle of a trance or something.
As a matter of fact, you did. But don't worry, we'll forgive you anyway.
Thank you.
Stafford is very anxious to talk to you. It's about the case
I know already.
Splendid. I suppose you read my mind, eh?
It's fairly simple. Especially a mind whose thoughts are displayed like an open book.
Sounds like magic.
This isn't magic, it's science. A science which anyone can learn by serious study. But unfortunately, the world is full of people who have to burn their fingers before they learn that a fire is hot. You don't believe me? We'll give you a demonstration. Take a look at this vase.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about pottery.
I can assure you it's authentic, but I wasn't asking you about its value. I merely want to show you it's in perfect condition.
Yes, all right.
Thank you. It's a shame to sacrifice such an object, but it'll be a valuable lesson. And now, gentlemen, you will observe how my pupil has already surpassed his teacher. Well, Mr. Stafford?
No doubt it's a kind of optical illusion.
It's a case of psychic energy, sir. You see, all men have it, but few are able to concentrate it dynamically. Superago possesses this power to a high degree.
Never mind, Kamir.
Yes, let's get down to business. One of my superiors said that you might help us with a most important case.
You mean the disappearance of Joe Brand, the case of the missing champions?
Yes, precisely. You'll be transferred from the police to my department temporarily. Do you mind that?
Nothing wrong with that. Assuming you'll accept my conditions.
Your conditions? I don't understand.
Superago isn't an ordinary agent. He works with us on a more or less freelance basis.
Well, tell me, what are your conditions?
I need a free hand. That means there'll be no interference. However, I also...
Stop right there, Superman. Evidently, you don't remember that, as it happens, I, not you, run the Secret Service. Sorry about this, Davis, but that's life. Thanks for your time. Good day. Sorry, Mr. President, but it was impossible for me to know that... Yes, of course it was my fault. I'll be more careful in the future. Super Argo, yes, he's here with me now. Naturally, he'll have a free hand. My whole department is completely at his disposal. Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Mr. President. Hear that? I'm in your hands. Do whatever you like, it's up to you. But do something before I go out of my mind. Who are these faceless giants? What do they want? Who's behind it? I don't know where to begin. Have you got any ideas?
Yes? One. But I really don't know if it's the right one. I've already made some inquiries. And for my first move, I need the help of a certain young lady who's asked me for protection.
Who's she?
Claire Brand. Joe Brand's sister. She's a swimming champion. If you recall, the giants tried to kidnap her, too. I'm convinced they'll try again. And I'll be waiting when they do. Try to sound tired.
The Brand residence. Operator. Operator? There's no one there.
Splendid. It must be them.
You think so?
I hope so. Mean you're scared?
No, only I'm a bit nervous.
You should be nervous. You're the bait in the trap I've set. We must capture one of those faceless giants. Don't forget your brother's life is at stake.
I'll be all right.
I feel you're wondering why I wear a costume and mask.
I must admit I was.
Well, that's not surprising. Anyway, the reason's simple enough. It was my costume as a professional wrestler. And because it brought me good luck then, I still wear it. Now you'd better get some sleep.
No, I don't feel tired. I think I'll make a cup of tea.
Good. If you don't mind, I'll have some too. Wait. Come on, quick. You have to stay out of sight and lock the bedroom door.
I want to stay with you.
Do as I say. Don't argue.
listening post SKL, over.
This is Superago. I want you to connect me with Stafford.
Mr. Stafford, do you know what time it is?
It's 4 in the morning. It's all right, you can wake him up if you have to. This is urgent business.
Hold on.
What is it? What's going on?
Bad news, Stafford. The Giants kidnapped Claire.
Couldn't you stop them?
There were just too many for me, but I'll explain later. I have to return to Claire's. I killed one of the Giants. I want to examine him. Notify Camier. I need his advice. And if you're interested, you can join us.
I'll be there.
Where is it? Where did you put it?
What?
The body of the giant I killed.
We didn't find a body here.
But it was right here, pinned to the door with a spear. Look at that. That's the hole it left. Why, he couldn't have walked away by himself. He was dead. The point of this spear went right through his heart. But it's perfectly clean. That's funny. No. I'm not suffering from hallucinations, so don't look at me like that. I killed that monster with a spear. I know it.
Perhaps you did. I won't argue. But explain to me why the monster didn't leave any blood on this thing, or on the rug, or the door.
If I could only capture one of those monsters and examine it. But I'm afraid that will have to wait. Claire asked for my protection, and I must find her.
The only trouble is that you're right back where you started.
Yes, I believe it may work.
You guess, then?
No, I have simply read the thoughts that pass through your mind, and I approve of your idea.
Stafford, I've decided to return to the ring.
What do you mean? What about the missing champions? You're giving up the case?
Oh, no. On the contrary. I want a huge publicity campaign with the entire press carrying the story. Superago goes back to the ring. Stafford, you arranged the match. I'll leave it up to you.
This is a great night, ladies and gentlemen. Superago's return to the ring has aroused enormous enthusiasm in the crowd here. Superago is in great shape. He looks ready for anything. He's sizing up his opponent, and I think he's got this fight in the bag.
This will only take a couple of minutes. Wait for me outside.
Superago!
Great stuff. Nice goal.
Great. I've never seen one better than this. He's
They thought it was really me. We fooled them. Into the woods. Hurry. The trucks have disappeared.
Obviously, they turned off into the woods somewhere.
Come on. Let's look for them. You take that side, I'll cover this one. Stay in contact.
All right.
Conmere, do you see anything?
No, nothing. Everything here is perfectly quiet.
Just don't fall asleep on me, huh?
I've got my eyes open. Don't worry about that. And I'll be very careful. Superago. 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 Come in. Superago.
Come here. Are you there?
Superago. Superago.
come here.
Superago, listen. I saw them. They were right here in front of me.
Then don't move. I'll join you.
It's no use. They've disappeared. But I've discovered something very important.
All right, then meet me at the car. So you think they were alternating electronic impulses, is that right?
That's right, a type of Morse transmission.
Then that was the interference that broke our contact.
The Giants were receiving those signals clearly. They actually have a precise meaning. Obviously some kind of orders.
This confirms my suspicions. Those Giants are actually the athletes who were kidnapped. Naturally, they've been conditioned to move and act like robots. And whoever did it has his hideout around here somewhere. Excuse me, ma'am.
What can I do for you, Superargo?
You know me?
Even here in the country, we get the news. The famous Superargo and his encounter with Diabolicus. I must say I was impressed.
Then I hope you don't mind if we accompany you. There are dangerous creatures in these woods.
Don't tell me the great Superargo believes in fairies.
And elves.
There are far more things in heaven and earth than are dreamed of in our philosophy.
Pure superstition. I've been using this road for years. I live up there in that castle.
I didn't realize that anybody lived there.
Oh, yes. It was abandoned when my husband bought it. He had the right wing restored before he died. Goodbye, Superargo. By the way, I'm Gloria Devon. I hope we meet again.
So do I. Did you hear that? Pure superstition. I guess we're just victims of hallucination.
Even if we are, the imagination often has more truth than reality itself.
I guess you're right.
To escort me home.
Saw it. Superargo and the Indian.
Be careful, won't you? Capture him alive.
Look out, come here. Come on, get in the car.
He's amazing.
In a class by himself.
appears to be dead.
We'll take him back with us.
Damnation. They took one of my men. That's more than I bargained for. We better forget Superargo.
Perhaps it's too risky.
Wait a minute. We have Claire Brand. She might very well be able to help us.
Forceps. No blood, naturally. A completely artificial form of life. Electrical impulse circulation. There's still a residue of energy, but the mechanism is beyond repair. So that's that. Probably it's a system for controlling the nerve centers through the use of electromagnetic waves transmitted from a distance. In other words, remote control. Cover it up. This cadaver has a very unusual anatomy. It should really be called a machine. As horrible a machine as you could possibly imagine.
Doesn't this remind you of all that commotion a few years ago over the work of a certain doctor?
Yes. You mean the one who was taken to court?
Of course. He was a surgeon who carried out experiments under cover of regular operations on his patients. He was trying to create artificial internal organs. Liver, heart, kidneys, the complete list, and of course, didn't succeed. Poor old guy. It seems his daughter had him committed right after the trial. His name was Prasinski. He was Polish.
We have to find out where he is, Kamir. Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome.
As I told you, Prasinski is a mere shell of a man. For months he's refused to eat, and we've been forced to feed him intravenously, but he's just wasting away.
I want to question him.
You're welcome to try, but don't expect that you're going to get very clear answers from a man in his condition.
Who are you?
Doctor.
What do you want?
I have to ask you something.
Go away. Go away. Leave me alone.
Don't worry. We don't want to hurt you, Doctor. We're your friends.
I'm your friends. Don't tell me those lies. You all hate me, I know. Leave me alone. Just let me die.
You have to live, Doctor. The world has great need of men like you.
No, I want to be left alone.
Calm down.
My notes. Where are they?
Calm down,
Where
sir.
are they? Who took my notes? They have to be destroyed. Do you understand? Destroyed. Where's Gloria? Call her. Gloria. Gloria!
That's enough. This will calm him.
Gloria.
There we are.
Professor, who is this Gloria?
The old man's daughter. I think she lives in Poland, but she dropped out of sight right after she had him committed.
Listen, Professor, what would you say is actually wrong with Prasinski?
A mental disorientation with peripheral complications. The clinical reports are all consistent with this diagnosis, and I can also say that this opinion was shared by the famous Professor Wong.
Did you say Professor Wong?
Yes, that's right. My predecessor. He was actually director of this institution during the period when Prasinski was first sent here. He's running a clinic of his own now, not very far from here.
Well, Kamir, I think we found out all we want to know.
You're right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Sorry we had to bother you.
It was no bother, gentlemen.
Goodbye, sir.
Go ahead. That's enough.
Heart beating normally. Pulse 83.
Good. How do you feel, Claire?
I feel very relaxed.
We want you to be relaxed. You know that, don't you?
Yes.
You do trust me.
Yes.
Someone wants to hurt you. You and your brother Joe. You understand, Claire?
Yes.
His name is Super Argo. He wears a mask. He's your enemy.
Yes.
Super Argo is out to kill your brother. Remember that. Remember that. Remember, he wants to kill your brother.
In my opinion, Prasinski isn't as crazy as they say. He's just overcome by fear and remorse. He said something about his lost notes, the records of his research work, no doubt.
Which someone has used to transform champion athletes into monstrous robots.
Exactly. And that someone is certain to be another scientist. A genius, if you like, but a diabolical one.
If you're thinking of Professor Wand, I'd better warn you that the idea is ridiculous. He's a member of various academic committees and a most distinguished scientist.
Professor Wand was the first person to examine Prasinski. He runs a clinic outside town, near the area where we traced the giants.
Coincidence, merely circumstantial evidence.
Yes, but there's another coincidence. We found out that Prasinski has a daughter called Gloria, and apparently one of Wand's assistants is a Gloria Devon. It seems that this Gloria lives in a castle near Wand's clinic. So Gloria Devon and Gloria Prasinski could be the same person.
I admit the evidence is piling up, but we must have more than just suspicions. Any plans yet?
Yes, I want to go and visit Wand and ask him some questions. I'm looking forward to the professor's answers. They should be interesting. I almost forgot. I need a car fixed up like this.
All right. I'll have our machine shop start working on it immediately. It'll be ready by tomorrow. Unless you need it before then.
No, that'll be fine.
Good luck to you.
Thanks.
Thank goodness she's alive.
We better get her back home.
Why am I here? How did I get here?
Claire, do you feel better now? Kamir and I found you unconscious on the road. How did you get there? Try to think.
I don't know. Everything is dark. I only remember the white shadows.
Was it like a hospital?
I don't know. Don't know. I'm so sleepy.
She'll feel better tomorrow. The house is surrounded by guards. But I think you and I had better stay here anyway, just in case.
Yes, you're right.
You can sleep on the sofa.
Remember, Claire, don't try to resist. You know you can trust me. I only want to help you. I want to prevent anyone from hurting you. You have an enemy, Claire. Super Argo is your enemy. Come, Claire. Don't try to resist. Don't try to resist. You have to defend yourself and your brother. It's your life against Super Argos. Do it now. Quickly. Kill him. Kill him, Claire. Kill. 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 Kill.
What happened?
If my costume weren't bulletproof, I'd be dead now. Poor Claire, she must have been hypnotized. We'll take her into town. She should be in the hospital. She needs proper treatment.
Is this what you wanted?
Perfect.
By the way, I've just seen Claire. The results of the preliminary examination seem to suggest that she's been thoroughly brainwashed in some way. But the doctors assure me she'll get better. She's a strong girl. Matter of time.
That's good news. And Brzezinski?
I'll see the authorities about him. I think we can arrange to have him transferred if you still want to.
Unless I'm mistaken, keeping our hands on Brzezinski may turn out to be important. And maybe we'll get a reaction from Wand.
You'll have to walk carefully. Wand is a very important person. We don't want any scandals.
You don't have to worry. If I get into any trouble, I won't involve you. By tomorrow, we should have a little action for you.
Good. The car's ready to be picked up whenever you want it.
Thank you. Don't forget, be ready to record everything.
All right.
This new catalyst gives a positive reaction. The procedure seems correct.
Let's see it. Excellent. This is the formula we've been searching for. That's all for tonight.
Forgive me, Professor. I've never lost the fighter's habit of doing the unexpected.
It's quite all right. A person like you needn't bother to announce himself.
Especially if he enters through the window.
Silly habit. You might run into a well-aimed bullet.
Is that all? I'm used to much worse things. You should know that.
Should I? May I know the reason for your, shall we say, unceremonious visit?
I'm looking for information. Have you ever heard of a certain Arthur Prasinsky?
Yes. He was in my care for close to 3 years. He was a truly brilliant scientist until his mind went. Unfortunately, there's a very fine line separating genius from madness.
Since Prasinsky's experiments apparently caused several deaths, they were considered to be the work of a maniac. Do you share that opinion, Professor Wand?
Well, the experiment succeeded. Prasinsky would have reaped the world's praise as our greatest genius.
Yes, probably. And in fact, I understand that someone is trying to continue with the same experiments. Have you heard anything about it?
No. But I'd be surprised if you were able to stop them this time.
Prasinsky informed me that all his notes had been stolen. What do you have to say on that subject?
The poor old man. It's really a fixation. Everything was burned. He set fire to them himself.
The psychiatrists seem quite certain that they know how to cure him.
Nonsense.
As a former friend, you'll be glad to hear that Prasinsky is being transferred to a government hospital for a new cure, and we expect him to reveal some important information.
I hope so. And if you don't have anything else to say, I'll show you out.
I have one more question. Prasinsky had a daughter named Gloria. You know her?
Yes. Gloria Devon's my assistant.
Quite a coincidence. Don't you agree? And is it also a coincidence that she never bothered to visit the hospital?
It's quite normal. After the trial, the name Prasinsky was more than she could bear to live with.
Naturally, Professor. Thank you. We may meet again.
As things stand now, you can't put it off any longer. My father must be freed before it's too late.
Come, Gloria. Listen to reason. While Superargo is still alive, we have to be careful. If we're careless, he can jeopardize every move we make. Don't let me down now. Gloria, you know how much I love you.
I won't let you down, but we must do something for my father.
It'll be risky, but if that's what you really want, I'll rescue him.
Did you hear that, Kamir? Our plan has worked perfectly. Fasten your safety belt.
I think Superargo is finished.
Look.
Superargo! Superargo! Help!
Look. Don't move. The faceless giants are completely invulnerable except for their electronic hearts. This gun fires electric charges. A direct hit will simply blow their fuses. They should be pretty useful tonight. My suspicions were justified. With these television cameras, Wand has been observing our every move. I guess he has others all around the castle.
In that case, Wand already must be aware of our presence. However, remember, my friend, we too may observe everything they're doing.
Superargo's come to us of his own accord. Home. We'll use plan number 1. Plan number 1, yes.
images are still too confused. I can't see anything clearly.
Keep on trying. Focus your mind on the details. It must be one of the rooms in the castle. Well?
Yes? It's all clear now. It's a laboratory. Wand? Gloria. They're very busy working at some kind of machine. It's the apparatus that controls the giants. That must be what Wand's doing now.
Perhaps it is. What about the giants?
They're on their way. Look, there they are. Be careful. This could be pretty rough. Shoot straight and stay out of their reach.
It's a massacre.
Never mind, dear. They're heavily outnumbered. They haven't a chance.
Superago!
Grab my hand.
Ridiculous. We've got him in our hands.
Are you certain? Perhaps it's the other way around.
I tell you we can kill him. Now. Immediately.
What if you fail?
I won't. Put your head on the block. Go ahead. Kill him! Kill him! Kill him, I tell you! Home! Go ahead. Kill him! Kill him! I said kill him!
You have a few more seconds left. You can still save yourself.
What's the difference if I owe you my life?
No, we can't let him die.
Take him back to his cell. Do what I tell you.
I'm glad you decided to listen to the voice of your conscience.
Try to understand. I couldn't let him die. You see, I have my doubts about the value of our work. He's made me see that all this is something monstrous.
You're hypnotized. His will has dominated yours.
Perhaps. But I must be certain. I must know if our work is justified. I can't bear to live with the doubt that always tormented my father.
I understand. And he shall live.
I may eventually convince him to join our cause.
Not Superargo. But I won't stop you. It's been a long day. You need some rest. Come.
I need to think. I'm so worried about my father.
I've examined this cell bit by bit, but it's impossible to get out of here unless someone decides to open the door.
I hope someone will. Miss Gloria Devon may no longer consider herself an enemy.
You may be right, but that won't help you. Nothing can save you now. In a few seconds, your cell will be filled with gas, DHL, and cyanide. Take a deep breath, Superargo. It's your last.
Look, Amir. That gas. It's heavier than air. Everything depends on the quantity. I wonder how much he'll use.
Then the room won't be filled up to the ceiling.
No, only about halfway up, I suppose.
Yes, but will that help us?
Yes, I have an idea.
I thought you were resting. Where are you going?
I must talk to Superargo.
Superargo is out to ruin us. You're playing his game, blinded by sentiment.
What do you mean?
You have to forget him.
Let me go.
I don't advise you to go into his cell. I filled it with DHL and cyanide.
You're completely mad.
He's dead.
expecting you.
All this is just an illusion. It's some kind of trick.
No. Haven't you ever heard about the ancient, mystic phenomenon by means of which the Hindus can make their bodies lighter than air? The term is levitation. I learned the principle of it from Kamir. Now look at this chain. It would take far more than human strength to break it. The man of the future is the man who controls the infinite strength of the spirit. I think you must surely have realized by now to what awful depths of degradation this criminal research of Juan's has led you. No, stay here. If you leave here, Juan will kill you. Look over there. I'll have to convince you. I see him. He knows I'm alive. He's coming here. Wait for me, I'll be back.
Home! You two. Come with me. Let's go. Now check channel number 2.
Leave him alone! I'm sorry, Superm. But perhaps it's better for you. This way, you don't have...
Let's go and release the prisoners.
All right, quiet down. Now listen to me, every one of you. We're getting out of this place, but keep together or we'll be massacred by the robots. This way. Wait. I hear them coming. Come on. All right, let him have it. Hit him in the heart.
Let's go! That way! The rest of you this way!
All right, man, come on.
Get away, Juan. This is the end of the road. Your time has run out. Whom he deserves. Come on.
Good morning. Feeling better today?
Yes, thank you. Did anyone telephone?
No, Miss Brand.
Who were you expecting?
You can take your mask off now, Superargo. Your mission is over.